Welcome to The Good Pod. I'm here today talking with you about The Good Wife Season 3, Episode 13, Bitcoin for Dummies. I am one of your hosts, Jason Reed, a.k.a. Mr. Mess. And with me, as always, my co-host, Marissa Garza, a.k.a. Mrs. Nibs.
I knew it. I was like, it's coming. I think that's what it's going to be.
Mrs. Nibs, are you good?
I'm good. You good?
Yeah. As our listeners and viewers may hear / see, I am in a sickly way right now, but we're going to soldier through and get this done. Like Jason Biggs to a pie, we're going to do it. Okay? Gonna make a hole in this episode, no matter how we got to do it. Okay? Gonna do it.
Well, I mean, like this one time at band camp, but that,
I mean, Marissa, you've literally said that on the podcast.
I know.
Okay, yes. Season 3, episode 13. Really, I felt like this felt like really a throwback to like a season 1 episode to me. Like we had a court case. We stayed mostly in the court case. We got some great investigation going. We got some classic Kalinda going on. Alicia and Kalinda seem to be like powered back up. Did we like the Alicia Kalinda rift was definitely a thing, right? Like,
okay, no, it was definitely a thing. Like, I just wonder, like, my question is, did it happen at the beginning of season 3, and then like they had to write in like some sort of reconciliation thing because people were noticing or whatever, and then they went back? But it was definitely like there are seasons. Like long periods of time where these two people are not in the same shot or in the same scene. And so I am curious to see how long this like togetherness lasts. But at least like in this episode, there was that one scene where Kalinda like spying right on Alicia, like right outside her door, like listening to it, just like the old days.
Well, I didn't think she was really spying because when like Alicia and Stack are on the way to the office, like Alicia kind of gives Kalinda a look like,
she does.
You on this, right? Like, yeah, girl, I got you. So it's like, I just wonder if this was like, if it was like a on and off thing of like, Juliana being like, I don't want to do as many scenes with Kalinda. Like, all right, fine. And they're like, all right, well, like the Kings are like sneaking Kalinda back into Alicia's life. Then Juliana's like, hey, y'all got me and Kalinda together too much. Cut it out. Because we have said, there, like you said, there are going to be in the future, they're going to be long stretches of time where Alicia and Kalinda are not interacting at all. So we'll see how that plays itself out inside of the story. If there is another shoot a drop with the Alicia Kalinda stuff. Because it really kind of felt like a classic Alicia Kalinda mess around in a lot of different ways this episode.
It did.
So before we get started in tackling this whole episode, we want to remind you some free and easy ways that you at home can help this podcast. You can do that by reviewing, rating, and subscribing wherever it is you do any of those things. We love to hear from you. So if you want to email us. You can email us at thegoodpodfeedback@gmail.com. We love to interact with you guys, hear what you're thinking about our show, the Good Wife show as a whole. We got an email from a listener this past week that was like, do not read until season 5. So
oh my gosh,
they're ahead of us, so we gotta figure it out. It's Chris who's emailed us before.
Oh, Chris, yeah.
So we got it's a letter not to be opened until the future date. We love to hear what you guys think about the show, and we love to interact with you guys that way. So we would love to hear from you, whether it be an email or review, whatever. We also have a new way for you to help contribute to this podcast. We have a page over at buymeacoffee.com. You can go there, buymeacoffee.com/goodpod. You can actually, if you're watching, literally see the scroll at the bottom of the screen because we fancy now, y'all. We're on stream.
We upgraded.
Okay, we upgraded. All right.
Yeah.
So, if you want to help us out any way you can, and we would really appreciate it, you can just do a smaller contribution over there at buymeacoffee.com.
Yeah. Like if you would like to help pay for the upgrade, that'd be fantastic. Contribute to the upgrade. Let us know you like it by buying us a coffee.
100%. So yeah, with all that being out of the way, Marissa, let's get into the episode.
All right, Jason, this week we got a bit of an education. We got a bit of some mystery investigation stuff going on. This episode did remind me, like you can see the roots of the good fight appearing
Oh yeah,
as
for
we
sure.
get into this. So this episode opens with our good friend Jason Biggs, also known as Mr. Dylan Stack in this episode, just like hanging out in the lobby of Blackheart Gardner.
I gotta tell you, Jason Biggs, I feel like is one of I feel like a case of one of the most like wasted potential in an actor.
I was thinking, like, where is he? Why isn't he doing stuff?
I
Why
mean,
haven't I seen him, or is he just doing things I'm not seeing? Like, where is
I,
he these days?
he's popped up here and there. I think he did have a sitcom at one point, if I remember correctly. I'm trying to think. Was he in a sitcom with Brad Garrett of Everybody Love Raymond fame? I think.
Oh, yeah.
But he was like Jason Biggs was such a actor of the moment in the early 2000s with American Pie. It just felt like at that moment, it should have been like a nothing can stop this guy moment. But I don't know if it was just like, he just didn't go after like he should have, or what the story was. Because American Pie as a institution, as a movie, was a huge touchstone of the early 2000s. And it should have really launched this man's career into the stratosphere. And it just didn't, right? It just like just it was
Yeah,
just he's popped up in places. He was on Orange is the New Black.
he was.
But like it just didn't pop off like I felt like it should have.
Yeah, I mean, like, American Pie is like a cornerstone of being a millennial. Like, I feel
Yeah.
like it was like a milestone in our development. Like, it happened.
Yeah. I mean, listen, Shannon Elizabeth's boobs were a cornerstone of my development in the early 2000s. Okay.
Good to know. Good to know.
If there was a time capsule of teenage Jason, a picture of Shannon Elizabeth's boobs would be in there. You dug it up today. You're like, oh, that's Shannon Elizabeth's boobs.
Must be Jason's time capsule.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, he is here playing a digital information attorney, which I don't even know is like a real thing. But he shows up basically, and there's these Treasury guys that are like following him, and he's like basically claiming sanctuary at
Yeah.
Lockhart Gardner. He's
like,
like, I'm here.
He's
I'm
like
here to
run
be.
into Lockhart Gardner, like,
Yeah.
save me.
He's like, I'm here. We talked on the phone. You're my lawyer, right? And Alicia's like, we talked on the phone like 10 minutes ago. Why don't you tell me what's up? And he's like, you've had some success with the Treasury before. Like, I was thinking maybe you could help me out. And it's mainly because he is being followed by the Treasury because he does not want to reveal he will not reveal the name of his client. And the name of his client is suspected to be, quote unquote, Mr. Bitcoin, the person who created Bitcoin. So he is doing his due diligence, but this also leads into like an audience, like entertainment education thing, which can only be given to us, Jason, as we have learned in previous episodes, only be given to us by Zach on his computer. Zach knows all things. Nisa did come in with an assist, though.
Yeah, Alicia's personal Google, Zach. Like, Zach, explain this to your mother.
Well, and here's the thing. Like, I remember being alive in 2012, and I was older than Zach, and I didn't know this much about Bitcoin in 2012. You know what I mean?
Don't.
Like,
they were educating me. I was Alicia. I was like, oh, is that really what Bitcoin is? Bitcoin at this point in 2025 has been around quite a while. I've heard the name Bitcoin. I have a certain idea of what Bitcoin is, but I was educated by this episode to be like, oh, that's actually how Bitcoin works. I had no idea. Had no idea that actually Bitcoin, like in the episode, no one knows the founder of Bitcoin is. You actually do mine Bitcoin. I was like, I had no earthly idea that any of this was happening with Bitcoin. It's like many other things in life and society. I'm like, doesn't really affect me, so I'm not gonna like it flies over my head. I'm not gonna take the time to actually learn about it. It's a thing in the world that is just escapes me.
Yeah, I was sharing with you pre-pod that unfortunately I had to learn a lot about cryptocurrency and Bitcoin because I was working for a Girl Scout council and we had just gotten like a new CEO who did not come from the nonprofit world. So she thought, hey, why don't we learn about Bitcoin in case anyone wants to make a donation to the Girl Scouts in Bitcoin? And so I had to explain Bitcoin to a room of 50 and up women.
Wow.
to do that. So in that case, I was very much like that. Like, look at the pretty colors. Like,
I mean, I feel like this did not disabuse me of the notion of like Bitcoin is magic. Like it's just like
Oh yeah, yeah.
it just happens. It's mined by mathematical formulas computed on computers. I'm like, okay, like it still doesn't really make sense, but
But I mean,
okay.
honestly, Jason, at this point, neither does American currency, because
Hey,
what is it really backed by? And like that's the question that's being asked here is like, is Bitcoin a currency? At this point, it was still a question. In 2025, we know the answer. Like there's a
yeah,
gazillion different Bitcoins at this point. So which is interesting. And like in this episode at the end, like Jason Biggs like, it's the future. And I'm like, I'm sitting in the future.
I mean,
We still got it's definitely growing. It's
it's the
definitely
future-ish.
around.
It's the
Yeah.
future-ish, right? It's like
Yeah.
it's here. Like it's not some fly-by-night thing. It's definitely a thing. It has had its like if what I from what I like recall from just hearing things out in the world, it has been kind of an up and down
Yes.
enterprise. People have lost a whole lot of money on Bitcoin. People have made a whole bunch of money on Bitcoin at certain points. So it's still very much a up and down thing. It's not a like it's not the currency of the time, but it's like it has
It's
staying
rising.
power. It's
It's
had some
rising.
staying power. Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah, exactly. So they go into court and we are before Judge Sobel, who we have not seen before.
Yeah, I was looking Judge Sobel up because I was like, I guess it's just because he fits the good wife judge archetype, right? Like he's a older white man. It's like and it's very hard to keep a lot of these good wife judges straight because I'm like we've definitely seen Judge Sobel, right? But I looked up Judge Sobel and the actor Michael Lerner, who's very much a that guy because
Mm.
I looked him up because I know I've seen this man in like several movies, several TV shows. He has that je ne sais quoi of like you need a older white man for a authoritative role. You call this guy because I was like surely he's famous for something. He's just very like in everything, just as a one episode one off. But yeah, he's only in one episode of The Good Wife. This is one and only episode. I was like, really? I could have sworn that this was a judge that we'd already seen before, but no, he's a new judge.
He's the new judge. And I don't know, like he does fit the archetype. He's got like some sort of attitude. They all have to have
Mm-hmm.
like some sort of quirk, some sort of
Yeah,
thing going on. And
very
he's
sassy. He's a very sassy judge.
he's very concerned about Susan B. Anthony silver dollars, which
Uh-huh.
I have a few of somewhere in my
I used to like me and my grandmother used to have a thing like she would collect Susan B. Anthony quarters for me, and then when I go visit in the summer, it's like, hey, I got you some
wow.
Susan B. Anthony quarters along with some $2 bills, and it's like there used to be a thing we used to like weirdly bond over. But it was also like, hey, you're giving me like free money, so like cool. Like
Yeah.
it's a
Yeah. Thanks,
grandparent thing to
Grandma.
do, right? It's a very
Yeah.
grandparent thing.
My dad
Uh,
has a jar of those and then like an entire like jar of bicentennial quarters.
Marissa, you seem like the type of person and family and I can't judge you because I did this. We had the same thing where you had like when they came out with these state
Estates.
quarters, you
Yes.
guys had like the whole like bifold thing. Like, oh, we got Montana. We're gonna fill in Montana on our state map. Because
Yeah.
if anyone out there is listening or watching this and did that when that was a thing, what was that like? That was like super early 2000s, right? That was like
Yeah, like around that. I think so.
yeah, I was like 1999, 2000, 2001, somewhere along there. Like, if you were a family that did that, let us know because that was such a thing at the time. It was
It,
like,
and like waiting for the next release of quarters.
uh,
It was like they became Pokemon cards in some
yes,
way.
it was like I got Vermont, yes. And at some point, you get desperate when you like need you go in somewhere you know you have a vending machine. You're just like, all right, you start like shaking the thing out. Like I'm gonna get me some Twix today.
Yeah.
At a certain point, just lose interest. You're just like, let me use these for some for the washing machine in my
Well,
apartment
we had
complex.
like the cardboard binder thing that you could like put the quarters in, and then once it
Yeah,
was full, like we were like, okay, we're done.
yeah.
That was fun.
It was like it was such a moment in time
It was.
when that was happening. It's like it's really just kind of like a it free like it's a postcard from that year from whatever year that
Yeah,
was.
I like that. I
Yeah,
like that. So basically, what's being argued in front of this judge, the government, and our friend here, Mr. Hobbs, we've seen him before.
Mr.
He was
Higgs.
Higgs. Sorry, Mr. Higgs was
Yes.
the same person that Alicia came up in front of in the jury or in the Treasury conflict before.
And I was thinking like when Stack comes to Alicia, he's like, "Hey, I heard you had some success with the Treasury." Alicia, now you know damn well you should refer. You should. I know Elsbeth is busy, but you should be like, actually, Elsbeth did all the work on that. So,
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you her number.
She was like, I guess I did. I don't know.
Because Elsbeth did all the work.
She did. She did all of it. Yeah, all of it. So basically, what Mr. Higgs is arguing here is that because this is a new currency, and it can hide the identities of criminals in the black market, and like how can we survive as a society if we don't know who is exchanging money for drugs? Jason, like this is something we need to know.
And the judge is like, do you guys at Treasury get a lot of dates? Like, don't y'all have anything better to do than to go after Bitcoin?
Yeah, he's like, why are we doing this? And so this first time we see them in front of the judge, just like, attorney-client privilege applies here. He doesn't have to tell you the name of his client. Cool, bye. Turn around.
Well, and the thing, like they mention here that like creating a currency gets you 10 to 30 years.
Yeah, it's a big deal.
So Marissa, like, I gave you like a bunch of J dollars. You remember that?
Is it like street bucks?
Yeah, just go ahead and like disregard.
Okay, got it.
Just don't tell anybody I gave you how many J dollars I gave you, what the exchange rate. We're just gonna
read coin. Did you start?
Yeah, we're just gonna nix that. We're just gonna A6 that. Don't worry about it.
I hear you.
I'm not trying to get caught up. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, you didn't just say it on podcast or anything.
No.
Yeah. I'll keep it on the DL.
Yeah.
So he turns around and arrests Stack for being Mr. Bitcoin, basically he's like, well, the only person we really have on record here is Mr. Stack because he's on the incorporation documents. He's all over the place. So this is what it's going to be. And so they go back to the office and Will is like, let's just try to like frame this as a commodity. Like it's not a currency, it's a commodity. We're just trading.
Yeah, he's like, it's like trading bushels of fruit. I was like, okay, cool.
We'll try.
Interesting analysis.
And at the same time, Kalinda is like, well, that sounds great, but I'm going to go try to find Mr. Bitcoin himself so that we can prove it is not our client.
And Diane's like, have you tried DakotaCon? It's like, everyone just kind of looks at Diane like, Diane?
You know who probably told her about DakotaCon? Kurt. Kurt seems like he would be on DakotaCon, or telling her like don't go into the city because DakotaCon is there, like, keeping her safe.
Hippie liberals at DakotaCon.
Yeah.
DakotaCon. Crazy, right? Like a convention for coders. It's almost like a convention for like stationery, right? Like, we call like a what would they call that?
Well, would it be like a
stationery fest?
Like, would it be a thing for comic books, like a Comic-Con?
Hey! Comic-Con is a time-honored tradition. How dare you?
So we're stationery fest. I will die on this hill.
Okay, sure. I don't see the news talking about
yet, Jason.
Stationery fest.
Yet.
I don't see networks doing whole days.
There are stationery podcasts. There are get on it.
I'm gonna listen to one. I'm gonna listen to one just to be able to bond with you some more, Marissa. I'm gonna get on our next show and the pre-show. Be like, so did you hear about the new? Did you hear about the new staplers coming out next year? Did you hear about the new pen nibs that they just made in Tokyo?
I would love it. Please follow through. So Kalinda heads out to DakotaCon, and she like in her Kalinda way just follows this random person into the bathroom. We find out that her name is Elaine from MIT. And apparently she wrote a manifesto, and she like Kalinda was able to figure out that it was this lady because she used this syntax of language in both the manifesto and in what she said in front of people. And like, this is the only thing Kalinda heard this lady say out loud.
I mean, listen, if there's a hot person, Kalinda's gonna
That's true.
zero
That's
in on it.
true. That's true.
But I mean, I think she'd already done her homework before she got there. She was when she got there, she was like
Yes.
looking around, and
Yes.
she sees Elaine, which by the way, again, the Kings are signaling me. My mother's name is Elaine, so they're signaling me.
Oh.
I see you, Kings. I hear you. We're here with it. But like Elaine just spouting some random computer jargon. I don't even know if it's real
I
or
don't even know
if it's
either.
like if it's actual stuff. She's like, and the terabytes are gigabyted at 528 teraflops. And it's like, okay, great, cool. I don't even know if that's any like real stuff where they just like we'll just put whatever we want here.
Teraflops.
But yeah, I think Kalinda did her homework and like knew who she was looking for.
Of course she did. I just thought it was just like, hello, I have met the person, and she's like, no, it's not me, it's Bao. This other guy, Bao. Go find him.
Like Elaine is like, hey, Elaine from MIT. Kalinda's like, Kalinda Sharma, St. Mary's High. I'm like, ha, Kalinda, yes.
So back in court, now that they've got this thing going on, Mr. Higgs is questioning a guy who stayed at a hotel who purchased the room with Bitcoin. Okay, this is 2012. Like this is like new and hot on the street, even though that'd be really hard to do. Yeah. And so he's basically trying to say that this was a transaction, this was currency, this is how it goes. But Alicia gets the manager of the hotel on the stand the next day and is like, hey, what about travel miles? Like,
by the way,
is that the same?
By the way, it was so weird because the guy that stayed at the hotel and the manager of the hotel looked almost identical.
They looked the same.
I was like, wait, did they just like put some like extra or less makeup on this guy because they like the guy that's supposed to play the manager like called out that day? Like, all right, let's just take the customer guy, do his makeup differently and put it. I was like, these guys look like they could be brothers. It was so weird to me, and I loved the like juxtaposition because basically it's like, you know, we talked about being kids of the 90s. If you're a kid of the 90s, you definitely remember the craze that was like Pepsi bucks, right? Like
McDonald's dollars.
Yeah, McDonald's dollars. you would pop the top off your soda bottle, you look under it, you get like a code, you get like a certain amount of points. So with those points, you could buy jackets, you could buy hats that are like officially Pepsi branded logo stuff. I thought that really is what likened it to me. Is like that was almost like it's like a promotional thing. This guy's like, hey, yeah, this hotel ran a promotion that you could get a hotel stay with Bitcoin.
And he was like, and it wasn't the best idea I've ever had, and we've never done it again. He's like, I'm out. But in this conversation, they're talking about whether Bitcoin is transferable, just like airplane tickets, and the judge or airplane miles. And the judge at this point is like, I've heard enough. Bitcoin is a currency. So now they have to prove that Jason Biggs is not Mr. Bitcoin. They've settled the currency situation.
It's so weird that I don't think I would call this a low level court, but like this level of court could like determine this is a currency.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if he was like I guess I don't know. I was like, did he determine, or did he just determine in the context of this case?
Yeah,
that it was
maybe.
A currency?
I was like, it seems like there should be a higher power that would say this is a currency or not, and we could
like
kind of go by
Treasury
that rule.
Department, like something
to go by that standard instead of just this random judge be like, yep, I declare this a currency.
Yeah. So Kalinda heads back out to Crypto Bash, which I couldn't tell if it was another like convention or a separate section.
No, I think it was like it's like a party in DakotaCon. It's like,
gotcha.
You got the different events.
I so know about the parties at conventions, Jason.
Yeah,
I party all the time.
Have you heard of Paperclip? Have you heard of Paperclip Bash?
I will have you know, I also have attended tabletop gaming conventions, so it's not just stationary.
But Marissa, Stationary Fest is so much more fun to make fun of.
Okay? I know, but I'm just saying, I am a connoisseur of conventions.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying out loud.
Like Settlers of Catan.
Yeah.
Catan. Like
yeah. Like they would play like a huge human like scale Settlers of Catan. There would be like a board. I don't like that game very much, but it was fun to watch. And then like Magic the Gathering and D&D and all this Yes, the nerd. The nerd.
Are you a big D&D person?
I am a big D&D person.
You're a big D&D person.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of want to get into D&D. I
Ooh.
wonder, what's it? What good pod listeners. Let me throw something out to y'all.
Ooh.
Let's do like a good pod D&D thing. Let's
Like
create some community.
Okay, yeah. Like if you are interested in this, email us so that we know that you're interested.
We have some friends that are like dungeon mastery people. I don't know if you're a dungeon mastery person,
Oh
Marissa.
no, I am
We have friends out there.
definitely a ridiculous player.
Yeah, we have friends out there that can maybe like hook us up with like a D&D game, maybe even
Yeah.
like centered around the good wife themes. If we get like enough people that are interested,
Ooh.
maybe we can think about that.
Yeah, I think that'd be fun.
Because I like seen D&D out there in the zeitgeist, and I was like,
Yeah.
I've had opportunities to get into D&D. I just never took them. I was like, I'm kind of interested. I've seen a lot of stuff like what is it called? Dimension 20
Dimension
or
20.
something?
Yeah.
I've been seeing a lot of that out there. I'm like, that seems fun and interesting.
Yeah, check that out. And then also like the D&D movie is actually really accurate to playing Dungeons and Dragons.
I saw that movie, the one with Chris Pine.
Yeah.
That's accurate.
I mean, like, it's pretty
I
accurate.
guess.
I mean, you're not like moving on squares like you would in a game, but you are like the game mechanics do play out in that game.
Yeah, I mean, listen, if we get people interested, we'll maybe think about that.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Yeah.
I want to play. I'll think about it. I was like, who do I want to play? I'm Kalinda the rogue. Anyway, so. So they're at Crypto Bash, and Kalinda meets up with this guy named Bao, who says she basically is walking up to everyone and just like accusing them of being Mr. Bitcoin. She's like, "Why wouldn't it feel good like if you just could say you did it? It was you. You're Mr. Bitcoin." He's like, "No, it wasn't me." There's this new embedding statement. No clue what that really means, but it's like some sort of message in the code of Bitcoin that was implemented last night, and it says that Stack is innocent. So this is new information. We go back to court, and Alicia is arguing this was embedded at the time that Stack was in court. And they're like, isn't that convenient? Couldn't you do that from anywhere? And so they get Aline on the stand, and basically her whole job is to be like, yeah, Stack is qualified enough to do this. But meanwhile, Stack is like, she's going to throw me under the bus. She's really jealous of me.
She's cryptographer. It's a cryptographer jealousy. You know that old trope.
Yeah. Okay. I was like, oh, okay. So Bao says we can trace the IP address back. It's traced back to a Lockhart Gardner IP address, and then one step further, it's traced back to Kalinda's computer. So Kalinda's computer was used to upload this new embedded statement, which is concerning to her. So the government now has to question Kalinda, of course. And Alicia's just like, she was around Bitcoin people. I don't know what to tell you. Like, maybe she got in there. I don't know. And the Mr. Higgs does point out to Alicia, like, hey, he's kind of setting you up for like a crime here. That's not a good relationship to be in. So
it's not what you want for your clients.
Yeah.
Them setting you and your people up for crimes.
Yeah. So Kalinda takes her computer over to Elaine, still at DakotaCon, and she checks the computer and says, yeah, this was used from your computer. It was used something ghosted, like they used your IP address, but wasn't actually on your computer. But they didn't cover their tracks. This is someone who searched all of your IP addresses. And Kalinda's like, I know who it is. And I was like, I don't know who it is.
No, I don't think you know either, Kalinda. You know, of all the people to actually put Kalinda in a blender, it took like 3 nerds. We don't see many people confuse Kalinda and you know, get her way as much as these 3 nerds have gotten her way.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. So she's like, okay, let me go confront Bao because I think it's him. And I was like, okay. At the same time, Diane calls Alicia and is like, hey, instead of trying to prove that Zach isn't it, why don't we prove that the Treasury is still looking for someone?
Yeah, because the Treasury goons are still following Kalinda as Kalinda is trying to figure out who Mr. Bitcoin is. So Dan's like, hey, so if they're tracking Kalinda, trying to track Mr. Bitcoin, that tells us that they're not confident that Stack is Bitcoin, which is the whole basis of their arrest of Jason Biggs. So
We could do it
ipso
that way.
facto,
Yeah.
it's ipso facto, they don't think that Big Jason Biggs is definitely Mr. Bitcoin. So that really just kind of throws their whole case out.
Dropping the Latin on the pod.
Yeah. I don't know what exactly it means, but I said it. I think I got the context right.
You did. You did.
I've heard it used before.
So Kalinda walks to Bao, like, I know you did it. And then she's like, why don't you just like come out and say it again, trying to like get him to confess to do it. And she says, the Occupy Wall Street women are beautiful. I was like, what is this? Where is this coming from? Yeah.
Kalinda caught the bad flirting bug from Dana for this episode. I was like, what are you doing, girl? Like, I don't think Kalinda knows how to interact with nerds. I think nerds really kind of tripped her up. She's like, Occupy women are sexy, right? You would want to get them, I guess.
They're so beautiful.
Yeah.
Bao says, oh, we can't talk about this here. Let's go up to my room. Okay. The Treasury goons are there. They're following, very Dick Tracy, very like following in the corners, everything like that.
And just having absolutely no chill. They're just like they're not conspicuous at all. They're just like, hey, we're following you.
Yeah. And Kalinda turns around and says to them, like, hey, call your buddy Higgs, have him meet me on the 25th floor, which is the floor that Bao said to meet Kalinda to meet her on. And I have some information for you. And at this point, I was like, oh my gosh, she's just gonna give him Bao. But this was a classic Kalinda mess around where she basically
actually, I don't know. I'm left curious about whether Kalinda was taken for a ride or if she planned this. I'm not exactly sure. Well, it is a mess around to a certain extent.
Well, the thing is, that makes me think she did it. Okay, so just to set the scene, Higgs arrives, he goes into the room, nobody's there, but then there's this note that says, like, I'm in love with you, Kalinda, at the end of it.
Yeah.
And so I didn't know where that came from. But the fact that when she's on the stand, she's like, I just got a new phone and I didn't know that I was recording. Like, I didn't know that. I think she knew that Bao wasn't going to be there. I think she went up there, talked to Bao and said, hey, this is going to happen.
So it was weird because Bao tells her a certain room, like 25, 26. Meet me at room 25, 26. And Kalinda says, meet me on the 25th floor of the hotel.
Correct.
And we don't see the exact room number of the room they go into. They shoot it in a way where you don't see the last two numbers. So, like, I don't know if she went to a different room, but then the note being in there and Kalinda's actual look of, like, confusion made me wonder, like, was this a setup from Bao? Like, what is going on? Did she have her phone recording so she could prove that they were going to arrest Bao because they thought he was Mr. Bitcoin, getting Aaron Stagg off the hook? I was left a little perplexed with how this all went down.
I could see that. I just tend to think that Kalinda does mess around, but she might not in this situation. So basically this gets Stack off the case here. He is free. He can go do things. And Alicia's like, I want you to let you know, I bought 1 Bitcoin.
Alicia, depending on the time of the time of year it is, it could be worth like $80. It could be worth $2 at this point. Who knows?
She was like, okay. And then Kalinda meets Stack at the elevator and says, I know it's you and 2 other people. He's like, how'd you do that? I think you think I'm so intelligent.
Well, it's I guess at the end of the day we have to be like, Kalinda is still Kalinda. She still can figure out what's going on. So basically she's saying it's Bao, Elaine, and Stack are all in on it together. Yes. They all do this, and this whole like point the finger at each other thing was a big like confusion tactic from them, which is like, okay, cool. I do like the fact that in an alternate universe where the Good Wife is taking place, that we figured out who the Bitcoin people are. Who is Mr. Bitcoin? Who are the Bitcoins in a way?
Like the royal family. Who are the Bitcoins?
Yeah, for sure.
So that wasn't the only case we had going on. We also, of course, had the development of Mr. Will's case. This was interesting to me. It wasn't a lot of the episode because we spent a lot of time learning about Bitcoin. But there is a conversation when Diane calls Will to basically say like, hey, are you cool with us taking on this Bitcoin case. Diane's like, are you sure like this Elsbeth lady is the lawyer for you? And they are like on again in this abandoned office.
Yeah.
Like on some different floor, waiting for Carrie and Wendy Scott-Carr and Dana to show up for just like a session. Like it was just like a conversation.
Yeah, I was giving like the whole Will subplot was giving a lot of very like deep throat vibes and not
Yeah.
you know. It was very giving very like clandestine meetings and all that stuff.
Yeah. Because basically this was a meeting that was off the record. Wendy Scott-Carr is like, if you tell us the truth, we'll drop the case against you. Like, do you understand that? Like, we're looking for all this stuff. I don't think the state's attorney's office was really expecting Elsbeth Tascioni because
No.
this woman was Elsbethan so hard.
It also made me wonder, does Carrie know that WSC is actually after Peter? Or is this like, because I feel like if Carrie found that out, I don't think he'd be cool with this.
No, I don't think he'd be cool with this. I think he doesn't like this. That much is clear. Like he's very uncomfortable. He doesn't like it. He has never liked it. He's never liked he's tried to like bat it away from them multiple times, but I don't think he is aware about the Peter thing.
I think if Will had his druthers, he would like reveal that. Maybe he thinks that Carrie's in on it. Like if he's like, so Wendy, did you tell your deputy state's attorney that you're actually after the state's attorney with this? Like, have you let him know that? Because I feel like if Carrie knew that, Carrie would snitch in a heartbeat.
Yeah. I think it's like a good bomb to drop at a certain moment. Like, I don't know if this is the right time, but maybe it's coming. Elsbeth is like the hostess with the mostest. She's like, hey, do you want a smoothie? Oh, no? Okay, I'll just have one smoothie. And like the meeting is only like 5 minutes long. Like there's nothing.
Yeah.
On here. She's like, oh, you cold? I have blankets. And everyone's just kind of like, what is going on? But it does appear to be fruitful for Will and Elsbeth in this case because we get to learn that it was a man named Jonathan Meade who is being looked at as the bookie in the situation. It was and Will has known him for a very long time. He had many different roles. He even was an actor. And Elsbeth is like, oh my God, really? Oh, tell me who?
And it's such because listen, we know from watching Elsbeth that the best pairing you can have is Elsbeth with like a straight person, a straight man, being like just reacting off of Elsbeth's nonsense and being like, Will's good at that because Will's just like, oh no, I think he was in some low budget movies. She's like, have I seen him in anything? Like what I know him from? He's like,
but then she's like, a horror movie?
Yeah.
It was so funny. But then like the prosecution basically asks, like the state's attorney's office asks Will, like, so what can you tell us about these judges? And Elsbeth is like, which judges?
Yeah, it's interesting because they basically, Wendy Scott-Carr is coming into this being like, so Will, give us all the stuff you're guilty of. And just looks at him like, and Elsbeth has a good point. Like, how are we supposed to move off of that? Like, what are we like? You're giving us nothing to go on, so we're going to need some more specifics. And so it's a great way for Elsbeth to like know the path they're leading because literally WSC just stared at Will's like, tell me everything you're guilty of right now.
As long as you tell the truth, which you can prove in this situation, we'll let you go.
So yeah, like you said, that was like, well, we need to know what you're after so we can give you some accurate information because you're just asking us to give you random information at this point. So what you got? And I didn't research this and I have time to. WSC says we're looking at Judge Winter, Judge Dunaway, and Judge Parks. I recognize Judge Parks.
I recognize Dunaway. I think he was in the one that was like she went into his office last 2 episodes, or like Wendy Scott-Carr.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay.
I think.
Yes, yeah, I think that's right. Parks is like the older black man that does the hospital cases.
Yes.
Yeah, that's Parks.
Yeah, he can do no wrong in my book.
Yeah. He's a cuddly teddy bear of a man.
Yeah.
Winter, I'm not sure. We may have seen Winter before, we may not have. I don't know.
Because we are also podcasting about the Gilded Age, the only thing I can picture in my mind, but not really because I can't see behind my eyes, is Mr. Winterton.
Mr. Winterton.
Mr. Winterton. So this is information that they get, right? Like
Yeah.
this is good information. They continue asking questions, and Wendy Scott-Carr's like, "You got to give us something," and he's like, "I don't know what to tell you. Like I don't know. Help me help you," type of thing. And so they cut the meeting short, and on the way out, Carrie's like, "You got played." And she's like, "Yeah, I know."
Thanks, Carrie. Thanks a lot.
And she basically tells Dana, like, "Okay, you got to press harder on Kalinda here because we're going to need information from her for some reason."
Knowing Dana and her terrible flirting ass, you're like, oh, you want me to press Kalinda? I'll definitely try to press Kalinda. Like, they're like, Dana, calm down, relax. We didn't mean that way.
Not that way.
Calm down, chill out.
And Elsbeth has a conversation with Will saying, like, basically, are you vulnerable anywhere? Maybe we need to think about this. Maybe that's something that you need to do. And he says to Elsbeth, like, "I don't think so, but let me think on it and I'll get back to you." And then once he gets back to the office, he talks to Kalinda and is like, "Yeah, no, I'm totally vulnerable. Like, yeah, this is the thing that's happening." And he updates her on all of the things, basically says that like Meade forgave his debt when he stopped gambling, but this could look like a payoff for bribing judges. So he wants Kalinda to go through and find any cases where things might not add up, where things might look weird.
Yes, with these judges in particular.
Yes. Then Dana goes and meets Kalinda at the only bar in Chicago. And I have to say that I liked that this was the play so close to when it happened. So basically what she does is say, "Hey, Kalinda, you're gonna like, I have this document here. It's really easy to take action on this document, but we won't do it if you give us information on Will." And it is the forged document from the divorce case that we saw last episode, a couple episodes ago. And I like
last episode.
Yeah, usually like this kind of stuff comes like, I don't know, a season later, and we have to like try to remember like when this happened. But it was so nice to have like this consequence happen so quickly, and remembering that Kalinda did also do the questioning of Alicia with that document. And she's like, "Okay, I'm just gonna say yes, you did sign it." And Kalinda does not like this, and she just picks up and walks out.
And you know, I was like, Bro Preston is like a sneaky little bitch, because like after last episode, he's like, you know what, I'm gonna give this document to the state's attorney. Like, he was quick with it. I was like, okay, he's mad. He's mad he got beat and decided to try and snitch on our people. Because I was shocked that this came at like immediately after the episode. I was like, wow, like this is immediate consequence to this thing, which I think usually we would probably write off and be like, hey, our heroes won. Yes, it was weird by weird circumstance, but they won. And so, yeah, basically, Dana is putting Kalinda in a position of like, you gotta choose between Will and Alicia. So,
and she like crumples the paper and heads on out. She doesn't even say like, "Nice jacket," or "What jacket are you wearing?" or anything like that. She's
no
like,
no snazzy line.
Yeah,
which I should tell you that Dana kind of has Kalinda like in a corner here.
Yeah, she really does, because she also like Kalinda still has that rocky relationship with Alicia, even though it just got right back on track. And so she has to kind of decide what she's going to do. So Elsbeth is in Will's office again, being Elsbeth, who decorated this place. What's going on? And Will's like, okay, like I could tell you, but Kalinda has gone through all the cases and found out that there was one case under Judge Park called the McDermott case that does have some stuff in it that makes Will vulnerable. And in another classic Elsbeth move, she asks, "Is there anything in this file that could hurt Will?" "Yeah." "Okay, I'm gonna leave now." Like, I'm not here.
All right, bye. It's like, I mean, but wouldn't attorney-client privilege cover you if there was anything bad in there? I was like, okay.
I don't know if it has to do with judicial corruption. Like, I don't know what. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I can see that. She's like, I'm not going to ask questions. See you later. We know that Elsbeth is good at those technical things of like, if I don't know it, I can't report it. So I'm out of here.
Yeah, she does a good job with that. And basically, Will and Kalinda have a look across the table, and she's like, "What do you want me to do?" And he's like, "I can't ask you to do anything."
It was like I can't ask you
Yeah,
to do anything,
and
but
they just like had
I
like
can make odds at you. He's
stare.
like, but you know what I mean though. Like I can't ask you, Kalinda, but you know what I want you to do. But I can't ask. I'm not going to out loud ask you. But like I want to look at you in a certain way.
It was funny because we
And
also
you'll
had a
know.
moment like that in the case as well. Like, Kalinda was asking if Dylan knew anything about like the person who Mr. Bitcoin itself, and he just kept saying, "I cannot reveal
Yeah.
my client.
I cannot say it.
I cannot say anything." And so she's like, Kalinda had to do a lot of work this episode. She was doing it
She's got to
all.
do a lot of inferring, a lot of like
Yes.
picking up cues. Like Kalinda, I would never ask you to do anything out loud, but I'm gonna look at you,
Yeah.
and you should know what the look means. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm gonna say what I can't say
Because
out
there are
loud.
times I call you K. And so
Yeah.
we're down we're deep like that, you know? Like we have that relationship.
Like when I raise my eyebrow like this, because I watch you do some illegal shit for me. Okay, like when I look at you in this way, that means you do something bad, but I can't say it out loud. But you know, that's what I mean.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
do it.
Exactly. At the end of this episode, we do get a scene where Kalinda meets with Dana and hands over the file.
She
So
hands over. She hands over a file.
well, like it's the files, but we don't know if it's the complete file. We don't know
Right.
what's in it. We don't know if she took what was in there out. I'm assuming
Right.
she did. But she does give something to Dana to kind of
Yeah.
get her off of her back a little
I
bit.
mean, knowing the Good Wife like we do, knowing Kalinda like we do, we've watched this show in detail now for almost 3 whole seasons. I feel like there's going to be a switcheroo. There's going to be some false information planted in the file
Of course.
to okey doke the people. So whatever.
Well, and I feel like it might be something that Kalinda does to put herself on the line is like risky for
Interesting.
her because she was in that place of like it's Will or Alicia. It's
Yeah.
Will or Alicia. And so she like might throw herself on the fire as well just to
Yeah.
get it off.
I feel like there's going to be more of like a red herring in there that she's going to send
Yeah.
Dana and company on. That's going to be proved to be false or fake or something. I don't think she. I think if Kalinda can help it, she doesn't want anyone to be sacrificed, so she's going to do something sneaky to Dana and her people to make them look like fools in this like will indictment thing. So yeah, I'm interested to see what because I mean the show at this moment wants us to think that Kalinda has chosen Alicia over Will. She's chosen to save Alicia and throw Will under the bus. I just don't see that being a thing. I don't see that really happening. But for those that I've already watched, like our friend Chris that sent this email, is already in season 5. He's like, Jason, you idiot. Kalinda just threw Will right under the bus. So I don't know. We'll see where this is gonna go.
Well, and I think there's also like the whole like she said like I haven't changed. I am the same person.
Yeah.
Like trying to think through that. So yeah, I think you're right there. All right, Jason. This has brought me to my favorite
segment. Yes, let's
segment of our podcast. There have been some episodes that have been family light, and I've been very, very, very grateful for them. And then we got this one, and this is sort of light, but also super annoying. So, what was your take on this?
This is a little behind the scenes before we get into it. Marissa, being Marissa, writes notes for our podcast. She literally has like 2 lines for the family segments, like this and this. All right, fine, good. That's like
I can't.
it just tells you how annoyed Marissa is with the family segment, especially when the family segment has to do with her favorite character, Jackie.
Well, yeah, I mean, I think I dislike Jackie more than I dislike Peter, to be quite honest.
I mean, I think that's what the show wants you to do. I think you are doing exactly what the show is having you do. Jackie is like
I'm not a pawn, Jason.
I mean, listen, you're easy mark for the show. It's okay. You're hating the people you're supposed to hate. Because I mean, listen, if Peter is a villain, then obviously his mother is going to be
his origin story.
probably even worse, right?
Yeah. So basically, this is what happens in the family situation. So early in the episode, when Zach and Anissa are explaining Bitcoin to Alicia, Anissa says, "I love you," and Zach says, "I love you," and Alicia overhears this, and she like stops. She's like, ugh. And then she has a conversation with Zach of like, "Hey, like you're young, like you might want to slow it down with the I love yous. Like this is not like." She doesn't say, and he's like, "Is it because she's black?"
Oh
like, no.
So Alicia doesn't start this off great. Alicia's
No,
like,
she doesn't.
Like, she's over here a lot. Like, is that like,
Yeah.
why is she over here so much? Like,
when you start like that, like, of course, Zach's thing is like, okay, fine, I won't invite her here anymore.
Yeah, and like that's not even the big crux of the issue. The crux of the issue is you're saying I love you, and you're 16, 17 years old. Like, listen, as as a parent of a 16-year-old, I've had to have this conversation. I'll just say that.
You had to say, like, you don't know what love is to your daughter?
Yes.
Ugh.
And of course, 16-year-olds being 16-year-olds, you know, we've been in the same situation, right?
Yeah.
Like, you're 16, you think you got it all, you think you know it all. And that's kind of what's happening here. It's like, I think looking at it through my eyes now, it's like, it's just teenagers being teenagers. Like, it's not,
well,
they're gonna say things they don't know that they mean or don't mean.
Right. Like love to them means something completely different as what it would mean to me in my age at this moment.
Right. But there is that knee-jerk reaction of like, really? Like,
well, oh yeah. Especially like what was I watching the other day? I was watching The Summer I Turned Pretty because I needed something on television. And spoilers, there's like a proposal in college. And I'm like, what are you doing? Like this is like not I was like, oh no, this can only end badly.
Yeah, Alicia like she comes at it in the way that I things I've said, like, listen, you're gonna have so much more life ahead of you, you're gonna have so many more experiences. Like, this is like, I know you think you're in love right now, but you know
well, and you might be, but there's a lot of life that can happen between now and then.
Exactly. So I think Alicia, she started like, she's over here, isn't she? Almost looking at it like, why is that girl over here again? But she gets, as she gets into it, I understand where she's coming from. Like,
I understand. To be clear, this is not my annoying part of the storyline. The annoying part comes when Zach decides, okay, fine, if mom doesn't want Nisa over at her house, I'm gonna take her to dad's house.
Bruh. I was like, ooh, see, now, and again, parenting 101. If you tell your kid not to do something, they're gonna find a different way to do it behind your back.
They're so creative.
And Zach is over here trying to sneak Nisa into his dad's place when the inference I'm getting is that he thought they're gonna have the house to themselves.
100%. Yeah.
He's like, I'm gonna sneak Nisa over here and we are gonna clap some cheeks. While my dad's gone, we're gonna have a great old time. And who, of course, is in Peter's apartment? The bridge troll herself, Jackie Ford. I mean, never has a boner gone down faster than walking into an apartment with Jackie Florick being a bridge troll. Zach,
real.
Is that you? Oh God, here we go.
He's like, yeah, grandma, it is me, and this is Nisa, and we're gonna go upstairs and study. And she's like, oh, you're still like, well, aren't you dating Eli Gold's daughter?
Like, Jackie, you are so out of the loop, girl. You don't know. You got no idea what's going on. That was nothing. What are you talking about?
And Zach is like very sensible. He's like, no, she's in college. I am not dating her. It's like, well, she's so young. Like, Marissa? No, Nisa. Also, love the ISS like situation that's happening. Anyway,
of course, you have.
I do.
Anytime Marissa Gold is you're brought up, she doesn't even be in the episode. She's like, ISSA.
Yeah, but it's also like on Marissa and the Nisa side. So
Nisa is NISA, by the way.
In my mind, it's not. Anyway.
It's not Nissa, it's Nisa. My closed captioning says NISA.
Well, my notes were different.
Anywho. Your notes are in a dreary reality, but that's fine. I'll let you stay in that reality.
Thank you.
I love Zach being like, hey, we're gonna go and listen to music, so it might get loud. I was like, oh, Zachary, what are y'all doing in there? You gotta turn the music up
Well, and
to
like I
drown
don't
it
think
out.
that Nisa was like really. She's like, will we be able to study here? Like she's all like,
It's like, yeah, study, right? Exactly, yeah, totally. We're gonna definitely study.
yeah. But then
Zach,
Jackie
you
goes
freaking whore dog.
this whole thing about, well, you know, she's in public school and you're in private school, and should you really like you're just so different.
God, Zachary, she is a poor. Do you know this? She goes to public school,
Well, and she even
Zachary.
says, like when Nisa's there, it's like, how's public school? How's public school, Nisa?
How's the ghetto, Nisa?
Oh my
Oh
god.
my God.
Oh my god.
Jackie.
It's not even this bad on the Gilded Age, okay? Like there are
No.
some characters, but it's not this
The
bad.
Gilded Age is at least trying to be subtle, right?
Yeah.
With their racism.
Yeah. Like overt. And so basically it has the conversation, same kind of conversation, different motivation that Alicia had with Zach. And so at the end of this conversation, she's like, huh, that's what my mom said. And Jackie's like, really? Oh, well, your mom must be right. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Only for Zach to go home and basically like Nisa's not there. Alicia's like, what's going on? Where's Nisa? And so they have a conversation about what happened at Peter's. Alicia's like, oh, Jackie agreed with me? Nuh-uh. Nisa can come back.
Let me tell you. I don't give Zach many props on this show, but Zach gets a star this episode because he played this perfectly. He understands the politics and the dynamics of this family because he knew as soon as Jackie said the same thing as Lee, she's like, huh, I could use this. My mom hates Jackie almost as much as Marissa Garza hates Jackie. So I can use this. He tells Lee, she's like, oh yeah, it's funny, right? Well, first of all, he hits Alicia with like do you not want Nisa around because she's black? And Alicia's like, oh, no, I am super not racist, Zachary. What do you mean? I know several black persons. I know Julius.
Sometimes he's there a little bit.
Yeah, I know Justin from Legal Aid.
I knew Derek or Bond.
Derek Bond was around last year.
Yeah.
I've been in the same room with Geneva Pine and Wendy Scott-Carr. That's five black people, Zach.
What about that?
It's 5 black people I know, so don't call me racist. And so Alicia's like, oh, no, of course not. What do you mean? And it's like I just mean that you're so because Zach's like, yeah, that's kind of what Jackie was saying. Like, because Jackie said I shouldn't be around Nisa, so I just thought you and Jackie, since you said the same things, you're coming from the same place.
Well, and he also throws in, Grandma agreed with you.
Oh yeah. And Alicia's like, look at Alicia's face, like, say what? Huh? And exactly as Zach planned it, and like he goes to his room, like, hey Nisa, yeah, girl, come on over. Mom says, all right, we got her. Love it.
Classic teenage shenanigans.
I'm almost surprised Alicia doesn't go, hey, do you want me to get you and Nisa like a pad that you go to and just like have sex all the time? Because you want to marry Nisa? I can get efficient over here right now.
I mean,
Jackie's agreeing with me. I must do the exact opposite.
The power, because I've caught myself in this from time to time. Like, it is a powerful motivator to prove you are not racist.
You're not racist to prove that you're not like your parent, I guess in this case.
Yeah, that's you. But I mean, just like, I think like at first she's like, no, it can't be me. Like it can't. Yeah. And then like when Jackie gets into it, it's like, oh no, and also I think that's also like Peter in her mind. She's like, I have to be the cool parent. Like I can't not be the cool parent. I have to. And also if it happens, she might be like thinking she's like the cool mom from Mean Girls. It's like, if it happens under my roof, it's okay.
Yeah, you guys can come over and drink and do drugs. It's fine.
Yeah.
But like, I think it's mostly about Jackie. I think it's mostly like I so desperately want to prove that I am not like Jackie because I hate Jackie.
Well, do you think that she also thinks that Jackie's racist?
Oh, I think she definitely thinks Jackie's racist.
So I think
like she knows Jackie's racist.
Yeah. I think that's part of it.
Yeah, for sure.
So yeah, that was our episode. Are you gonna go buy some Bitcoin?
I'm gonna get some Bitcoin right now. I mean,
Well,
this really like encouraged me to dive into the Bitcoin pool. I think probably a few years too late, but we'll see how it works for me. But yeah, Marissa.
unfortunately, we cannot accept Bitcoin on Buy Me a Coffee just yet,
Yeah,
but I'll
no,
keep you
not yet.
posted.
Yeah, just it's still American dollars over here. J dollars is I'm gonna try to get it off the ground. We'll see. Marissa, just keep an eye on J dollars and
I
see
will.
where it goes.
Okay.
For now, Marissa, do you want to tell the people where they can find you and all of your fun musings, nerdity and oddity and stationary nerdity?
Nerdity.
Yeah,
Stationary. Who
yeah,
could it's me moi?
yeah. Me.
Uh yeah. So I am here with you, Jason, always talking about The Good Wife, Elsbeth when it comes back on. And then we are also over on our sister pod, the Gilded Pod, talking about the Gilded Age. And recently, this week, last week, last week we had our friend Bryce Isaiah on, who had a fun we had a fun time talking to him on the podcast, and it was a great episode. Hopefully we'll see Bryce more over in the Gilded Podhood. So keep your eyes there, eyes and ears focused there, but it was so fun.
It really was a banger of an episode, both of the Gilded Age and of the Gilded Pod, because Bryce will always come and bring some little extra, extra whatever it is you want. Bryce is going to bring that
Yeah.
extra. Speaking of, the Elsbeth overall, we got a premiere date for Elsbeth. Elsbeth's coming. Season 3 is coming back Sunday, October 12th. It's going to be a special night, special premiere night, and it's going to move back to its usual day the very next week.
Which is
Thursdays.
I'm like, which is because I
Yeah.
don't
So
podcast.
Sunday, October 12th is going to be the season 3 premiere.
Okay.
And then Thursday, October 16th is going to be episode 2. And then it'll be back on Thursdays every week. So we will be back again talking Elsbeth season 3.
Elsbeth. Yeah.
Yeah. So
But
it's interesting that we're getting Elsbeth here and,
Elsbeth. I mean, really, like, yeah, she is our spirit. She's our
guiding force.
Yeah, exactly.
She's our Jedi master, mentor.
Yeah, let's do that. Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, for me, I'm here, of course, and I'm also over on my podcast, Perfect Match. We just released our Patreon. No, not just. It's been a few months now. So we are talking the show Married at First Sight. We don't have a new season to talk about right now, so we are talking about older seasons over on the Patreon, rewatching some of the older seasons. So if you go to patreon.com/A Perfect Match Podcast, you can find it there. Or just A Perfect Match, you'll find it. You can look it up. It's fine. So go find me there. And I think that's pretty much it for right now. So yeah, until next time, stay good.